Hello and welcome to this video. My name is Suzanne Robichaud. I'm a registered clinical hypnotherapist, and in this video I'm going to be answering one of my listeners' questions. So the question for today is, how do I get the most out of the sessions? How often? How long? Should I be sitting down? Should I be laying down? How do I get the most out of it? Okay, so the very first thing that I would say to you is to always just follow my advice that I offer at the beginning of every session, which is to find a quiet place where you're not going to be disturbed, turn any distractions off, and use a headset if you can for the best experience. That's not necessary, but I recommend it because it helps to block out outside sounds, and it also helps it to sound like I'm talking right into your ear. The other thing that I would say to you is that if you are listening, which is why most people are listening, to change a belief, to strengthen your confidence, to get over something, to change negative thought patterns, to strengthen your mindset, then repetition is key. The subconscious mind learns through an emotional experience or repetition. Now, the studies are out. It varies from 21 days to 66 days to change a habit. What I would say to you is that what I love about hypnotherapy the most is that it shortens that down because our imagination is so powerful. When we allow ourselves to get into a hypnotic state, we are working directly with the subconscious part of our mind, the part of our mind that holds on to our habits, our responses, our reactions, our beliefs. And when we are in that state, the subconscious mind does not know the difference between what's real and imagined. So we can shorten that time by you having imagined experiences in your mind and your mind and body believing that you're really having that experience. This is why you'll often hear me say, whether it's a meditation or a hypnotherapy session, that the most important thing that I want you to do is to feel what I'm saying, to feel the new positive beliefs and thoughts, because when you feel it, your mind and body believe that it's real. Now, there's one thing to this. For some people, you can override with repetition any old limiting beliefs or thought patterns that you're trying to change. For other people, if you are still holding on to unresolved emotions from past experiences, traumatic experiences, emotions from those that you haven't released and you haven't healed, then what will happen, unfortunately, is that you may find yourself feeling good for a while until you get triggered. And then you get triggered by something outside of yourself, by something somebody says or does, something that you have to do. You get triggered. Those old feelings that you haven't released and healed, they come back up to the surface, and it can kind of feel like a roller coaster ride of emotions where you're feeling good for a while and then you just drop right back down into that negative space and you have to work your way back up again. If that is happening to you, I'm going to put the link below this video. I have an amazing hypnotherapy session, a download that you can order from my website that helps you to release those triggers. This hypnotherapy session specifically gets you to bring up whatever this feeling is. You go back in time doing regression. I guide you through a regression session to go back in time to the very first time you ever felt or experienced this feeling. It is very safe. Your mind will only take you to things that you are ready for, that you can understand at this time. But by doing this, what we're doing is bringing up that authentic feeling, whatever it is that's causing you to get triggered. And then we do an exercise after to let that emotion go. And because your subconscious mind responds to what you imagine, you can actually let that emotion go so that you are no longer being triggered. And now when you're listening to the positive affirmation, the statements, doing the meditations, these new statements and beliefs are going to stick, and you're going to find that you're not getting triggered anymore. So the link for that is going to be below this video. But that is a really important part. So like I said, some people can override the thought patterns, the limiting beliefs that they're trying to change. But if you're having a hard time with it and you're finding you're getting triggered, then I really recommend checking out the link below to let go of that trigger. We don't have to be triggered. You don't have to spend your time in your life trying to get the people around you to not say certain things or do certain things. That's exhausting. Take your power back, heal, and let go of that emotion so that you can move on in your life and you can focus on creating the beliefs that work for you, not against you. So that's a really key part with this. The majority of what I have here on the YouTube channel is what we call suggestive therapy, and that's simply where you're being guided into a state of hypnosis, you're listening to the positive suggestions, and as you take those in, your subconscious mind is taking them in, learning, and making them new beliefs. A belief is just something that's been repeated. Okay, so remember that. So those are the key ways to get the most out of the session. The amount of times that you need to listen to a session really varies. It depends on you. But what I would say is that most people give up in the consistency part. They start to feel better, so they stop. So I would say to definitely listen to something that you're really wanting to change, you're wanting to make a new belief. I would definitely listen for between 4 to 6 weeks. Consistency is key. If you can allow yourself to really get into it, to really get into that focused state and feel the positive statements you're listening to, your mind and body is going to believe that it's real, and this is going to help it to stick faster. It's going to shorten that time span of creating a new habit and a belief. But I would say that you definitely need to do it for anywhere from 3 to 6 weeks. See how you're feeling. Note it, just observe yourself, how you are out in the world, and that's going to give you the information you need to keep going. But don't give up just because you're feeling good after a few days. It does take a while for your subconscious mind to make it a permanent thought or belief that's working in the background of your life. So I hope that this answered the question. If this video creates more questions, please just drop them in the comments below. I'm super happy to answer any questions. I'm just trying to keep them short so that it's not too much for people to watch and listen to. I am going to continue to answer questions, so just put them in the comments below. And as always, I am so grateful for you guys for being here. If you've made it to the end of this video, thank you so much for listening. Put any additional questions in the comments below. And until next time, take care.